Hey guys, Mr. Happy here with episode 2 of Legendary Highlight. In this series, we look at some of Diablo 3's more interesting legendaries to see how you can use them to spice up your loot grinding experience. This episode, we are looking at the legendary belt, the Harrington Waistguard. Now, the Harrington Waistguard is a Lego that rewards players who like to explore and open chests. At its base, it can roll dexterity, strength, or intelligence at standard values, depending on what level you actually find it at. It also has 3 random magic properties and always rolls extra gold from monsters, nothing too special. However, its unique effect is what makes it so awesome. It makes it so that whenever a player opens a chest, they are granted a massive damage boost for 10 seconds. How massive, you might be thinking? This bonus, at its worst possible roll, gives you a 100% increase in your damage, and at its maximum, 135%. To put that into perspective, at the very worst possible scenario, if you get the worst possible Harrington Waistguard, it'll at least double your damage for 10 seconds every time you open a chest. It's pretty good. Now, while this legendary isn't exactly build enabling, it does reward and encourage a playstyle that is, well, lost to some in Diablo 3. Exploration and, well, opening chests. When you enter an area with lots of enemies in it, and there just happens to be some treasure chests nearby, you can actually use them to give yourself the edge for a whole 10 seconds. You can pretty much destroy any enemy elite pack or annoying Act 1 key warden in that 10-second time frame. An added note about this legendary is that while it specifies treasure chests, it does work on other objects such as corpses, weapon racks, and even the beacons in Act 3. It does not work on the lore satchels or any destroyable objects though. This legendary has quite a few pros. One is that you can fit it with pretty much any build that isn't reliant on using a very specific belt. It also encourages players to actually open chests, which is something that a lot of players have forsaken in favor of clearing areas more quickly. You never know when that regular chest or corpse is going to give you a legendary though. This belt can also have fairly decent stats even without its chest hunting unique statistic, though it's not exactly your next witching hour. The belt does have one obvious con though. If you don't find any chests or other qualifying objects, it's really no better than your standard rare belt. This makes it a lot less useful in some acts and completely useless against most bosses. I'd recommend using this belt for things such as Whimsyshire, Act 3, or Nephilim Rifts, specifically, as those places both have a lot of good chests and a lot of good monster density to make the most out of this belt. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share for more episodes. Also, be sure to check out the rest of my channel. Be sure to like me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter, where I do post regular gaming news about the games that I play, which, again, if you check out the rest of my channel, you'll see the games that I enjoy and play. And feel free to follow me on Twitch, where I do live stream. We'll be streaming Diablo 3 Reaper Souls when that comes out. And, of course, I do stream other games such as Dark Souls 2 and a plethora of Final Fantasy titles. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.